Good evening. In our news bulletin for tonight, the new Legislative Assembly members have been confirmed and lobbying has started for the positions of Speaker and Premier. Repairs to the wharf, derrick and winch are underway to ensure safety and security. New Zealand High Commission has taken the lead to coordinate a project to install a playground at the hospital. The 20 members of the 16th Niue Legislative Assembly have now been confirmed and are due to meet tomorrow. This election has returned some unprecedented figures, firstly with the most number of common role candidates nominated at any given time, and now a 25% representation of female candidates elected into the Assembly. Niue's elections have also intrigued many Niueans living abroad, who have been following the outcomes since polling day on Saturday. However, the outcomes of Niue's general elections for 2017 have been interpreted quite differently by two of the top polling common role candidates.
I see that people have spoken. They have indicated a willingness to support the government. They have indicated a desire to change, and hence the three of our most vocal opposition members have been, unfortunately, not voted back in. But that's politics. We all know that. Every 3 years, we go to the polls and people will tell us, are you doing a good job? And if you're not, you get biffed out. That's just the reality of politics. So let me say how very pleased I am that the people have decided that the changes that want have been made by us and the changes they are looking at the present moment is to continue the way we are. That's my belief after the polls on Saturday.
The first thing would be that I would acknowledge the hand of God in this election. I had a fair idea I would get in, but not the way the people had put it on Saturday. And to me, that's a statement. That's evidence of how they feel and where people are sitting with their feelings and views right now about this country. I wanted to thank those who had the confidence in me, who believed in me. I believed in myself, and so I told them, believe in me because I believe in myself and I know I'll be good for this country. I love this country. It's home to me, it's home to you, it's home to all of us. And I'm just absolutely humbled by the response of the people and the way they had shown that support. But I know that what they're saying to me is that you go out there and be our voice.
Whilst the people have done their part at the polls, the next step will be determined by the Assembly members who will elect a Speaker for the Assembly and the next leader who will govern for the next 3 years. So far, 2 members have made their intentions public.
We had a caucus on Monday, 15 members turned up. I'm not saying that 15 members will necessarily be the numbers we have, but I was pleased to see the 3 new members who have won seats in the House. We hope to convince the other member to be also part of the team. We agreed by vote that I would be the leader and premier in the next government. We also agreed by vote that Togias Bihinga will be the Speaker. All of this, I can say to you that that's what caucus decided. We'll go to the Assembly meeting on Friday, and that's where you and I will both know whether that's true or not. But I believe at the present moment we've probably got about, if not 15, maybe 13 members who will continue to back us. And I'm pleased to say that.
Some of the concerns, especially in the past year or so, has been for your health. Are you fit to lead the country for the next 3 years?
Physically, I'm about 99%. Wow. Mentally, I'm about a 40 or 50-year-old. That's what I think I am. So if I didn't think that my health was standing up, I wouldn't be here, and I wouldn't put my name up for the elections. I believe that I've got to be honest with people, and I've got to say to them, no, I'm sorry, I can't cope with it anymore, or put my name in and say, yep, I can cope with another 3 years of this. I'm starting to really enjoy doing things to help our people here.
Because my intention had been confirmed by that vote of confidence from the people, I think it's worthwhile to pursue that, because that is the people speaking. Unfortunately, many of the people on the way do not know that the vote tomorrow for the leader of the country is not done by them. They've exercised their right to do that on Saturday, putting sufficient people in, that's 20 members in the House, people that you think would speak for you.
Sir Toke Talangi expressed a desire for another term to complete a number of projects that are in progress that has seen Niue move forward economically, and feels he is equipped to lead for the next 3 years.
We've got the Taonga building, we've got the roading funded by the Chinese. I've just been reminded that we've also got another solar farm funded by New Zealand. The Taonga building is going to be built starting this year, finally, after all the discussions and so on. We've also the Liolo School project that we've agreed, and the UE will fund that. A number of projects at the present moment that we are negotiating with various countries to provide assistance for us. And we'd like to see us negotiate for projects like the airport and resealing, which is going to cost about $20 million, and the port, which is going to cost apparently about $10 or $20 million. And we're in the process of now starting to talk to people about where we can source the funding and whether they will agree to source the funding.
For Olaf Jacobson, who has been away serving as the Niue High Commissioner in Wellington for 6 years, returning home and trying to garner the necessary support or numbers will be a challenge. But she is hopeful that her experience, skills and confidence of the people will encourage fellow colleagues to vote in her favour.
But I come with a wealth of connections, networking, capability, and the strength to meet politically with people out there. I believe also the time is right. Leave it a bit longer, I lose those connections, I lose the confidence of the people that are out there and would be ready to stand to help us, and then I get too old and it's time for me to step out. When the opportunity arises to be a leader, take it, accept it. Be it that you're a woman or a man, it doesn't matter. Gender is not an issue. It's who does the work best. So step up, accept the responsibility, step out, see what you can do to make good those things, those opportunities available to you to help those people outside who are your people. But for goodness sake, step down. I say this in all sincerity because I believe sometimes I would not be effective in my role to do justice to the very people who put me in. So that's why I'm asking the 19 people in the House, and not necessarily those who will stand next to me, to perhaps give it a consideration. I'll be good. I'll make a good leader. I'm a very good listener. I'm very approachable, and you can come and talk to me. I understand, and I'm also a people person. My heart's in the right place. I love this country, and may Niue go from strength to strength as a result of.
We also understand that negotiations and discussions are continuing to rally support right up until this afternoon, and there may be another person who may put their name forward as a potential candidate for the Premier position. Members of the 16th Niue Legislative Assembly will be sworn in tomorrow, and that will be broadcasted live on Radio Sunshine. We will also be screening the full interviews from this story tomorrow morning after the rebroadcast of the BCN News Bulletin. It has been over 30 years since the crane at the wharf was installed. Engineers are now on the island to repair and replace parts of the crane to ensure the safety and security of those who continue to use this equipment. The crane was installed in 1982 and has been used by fishermen. In 2004, when Tropical Cyclone Heta hit Niue, the crane was damaged and parts were sent to New Zealand for repairs. 2 engineers are now on island from the Maritime New Zealand to service and repair the crane, as well as replace the winch at the wharf.
We've come over to Niue to refurbish the crane and put a lot of new parts on it and stuff like that, just to kind of renew the crane and give it a new lease of life. So what we're going to do here is, as you can see in the background possibly, we've actually now already taken the boom off, we've taken the mast down. All the moving parts on that boom are going to be replaced with new parts we've had manufactured. We're also, later next week, we're going to replace the winch, because the winch is quite an old piece of equipment. It's been very reliable and it's quite a venerable piece of equipment. So we're actually going to change that for a new winch. And everything's going to be just that slightly bit stronger and a slightly bit tougher, and we'll have that confidence that it's going to be nice and safe to operate.
In October last year, Mr. Hudson did a technical assessment and recommended a few changes to the crane that would make it more reliable, dependable and safe for all to use.
A lot of the recommendations were based around renewing equipment, checking bearings, taking some of the parts that wear out over a long period of time, replacing them with new stuff to give it a whole new lease of life, looking at things like making the parts bigger, making the crane a little bit stronger, so maybe we can use this for launching the search and rescue boat. You can be confident that this crane will lift what it's supposed to lift with that degree of safety, and it will have that reliability that perhaps an older piece of equipment that hasn't had new parts put in would not have. So it's that reliability and that confidence in the safety of the operation.
The crane is expected to last up to 10 to 15 years if it is taken care of. Wharf users and boat owners have also been advised that the wharf area is closed, but they can continue to use the ramp in Namukulu or the crane in Awasele until the derrick at the wharf is repaired and the winch is replaced. UFO Hospital will have a new playground area for children in the next few months, and groundwork started on Wednesday. The project, coordinated by the New Zealand High Commission Office, has managed to round up support from a number of key agencies to ensure that the final product is safe and will last a long time.
We're very pleased to be involved in it. The government of Niue had the old primary school equipment, and the minister agreed that perhaps with a little bit of effort we could relocate the equipment up to the hospital. So Arrow International have kindly come on board with us. New Zealand Defence Force are here for a week doing some pre-deployment training for emergencies, and I've managed to get them for a day. The Civil have donated some mix for us to do the concreting. Thank you to that. And the Niue Police have also come on board to assist with the project. The High Commission staff are also working up there as well for the day. And hopefully it's a 3-phase project. Hopefully we'll ultimately end up with a playground for the children up at the hospital. I'm hoping it's not going to cost us too much, but certainly it's been as a consequence of consultation with the Director General for Health, Gaining Tasmania, and the Minister. All of them have been involved in the discussions about what we could do with the equipment and where we could put it. But New Zealand is happy to be able to make a contribution to it, particularly around the coordination of the work to be done and contributing funds for extra timber and paint and the like.
The New Zealand High Commission initially started a project last year donating swing sets to a few of the village communities as an incentive to get children outdoors and physically active.
I would much rather see the children out being active than sitting at home playing with iPads and being on Facebook. So it's small steps, but it does give the villagers and the children in the villages another opportunity to actually remain active. So it's got a health bent on it for me. I like to see people out doing things and instead of just staying at home and watching the television at a young age. But we're completely refurbishing the equipment. And so it's more than just a lick of paint. So all of the equipment that is suboptimal has been removed, and if it can't be refurbished, then it's been pushed to one side and we're rebuilding other bits and pieces. Through the New Zealand Fund, I'll be bringing up a set of swings for there as well, and that'll be the same sets as you've seen me put around the villages, and that'll just help have other activities up there. So we know it'll be safe. It's been built to a good solid standard.
The second phase of the project will be done in 2 weeks' time, and Ross says that the playground will have lots of vibrant colours, safety nets will be included, and the playground itself will be a great asset for the hospital and children of Niue. Those are our news stories that we have for you this evening. Do join us again for our next news bulletin next week. Don't forget that the Niue Legislative Assembly will be meeting tomorrow.